Haven't seen Hanush for a while. There you go, buddy. Now I'm just going to turn the lights on. Whoops. While the wife does the vacuuming upstairs. Don't worry about me, mate. There we go. I'll see you later. Right, g'day, comrade subscribers. So have a quick look at the Thomson TO8D today. So this is in the tele ordinateur range as opposed to the micro ordinateur. So we can have a quick comparison of the other machines I've got. So probably the MO6 is the closest style, I guess. Well, it's got a keyboard. And actually looking at it, keyboard is pretty much the same, apart from on the MO series we've got these basic keywords, and then we've got the basic there. So that's the same as on the MO5 as well. Whereas on the TO series we don't have those basic shortcuts. Yeah, the basic, we've got just two shift keys. MO6 feels slightly better. Yeah, so obviously the MO6 we've got a built-in cassette recorder. I've got a cartridge port here, so cartridge port on the TO8 as well, but it's a different cartridge. It's a Memo 7 cartridge style, I guess. So, okay, interesting. So we've got a reset button, we've got joystick ports. That's my audio input for WAV files, and then we've got the light pen input there, and then we've got the SCART printer audio output, I guess, and the expansion connector there. So that's the MO6. So yeah, similar thing on the TO8D. So we've got extreme close-up. So we've got reset, two joystick ports. We've got cassette, light pen, audio output there, and obviously built-in disk drive. So I think that's the main difference between the TO8 and the TO8D, is just the TO8D includes a disk drive, whereas the TO8 just has this 14-pin DIN port for the external disk drive. So we've got two expansion ports here. So if we compare that with the TO7, so the TO7 is obviously the same range as the TO8. Oh. Put that down, put the MO6 down. Here we go, so there's the TO7. So basically, yeah, so it's basically the same size, width-wise. So obviously we've got the cartridge port here, or the cartridge deck or whatever. So what's it? Program cartridge reader. There we go. Whereas it's in the middle there. So don't need this. So this is basic. So this is basic 1.0. Like that. But we don't actually need it because if I get it stuck, because I'm trying to do too many things at once. Unlike the TO7, the TO8's got basic built in. And I think it's probably got two variants. We've got basic version 1, which is the base version for all the machines, MO and TO machines, whereas this one's probably got basic 128 as well. So yeah, so TO7 basically, well, this is a TO7/70, so this is a newer version of the light pen there, of the original TO7 with the rubber keyboard. So it did come out with a proper keyboard after this. But yeah, we do actually have more expansion ports on the back. 1, 2, 3, and I think this is the RAM. I've been told this is the RAM expansion. So 64K in this machine, expandable to 128K. And basically just got a cassette port on the side. Whereas, sorry, all these, I hate machines with built-in cables. Whereas on yeah, like I said, we've only got the, I guess that's a RAM and one expansion port, which is interesting. So let's power it on or pull it apart. I think maybe pull it apart first. Just think what else to... No, let's pull it apart. Okay, let's see how we undo this. So today's a special day. It's Anzac Day here in Australia, so where we remember all the sacrifices that our military has made, well, not only to keep us free, but also to keep the world free. Regardless of what you hear every January, Australia has never been invaded, and that's one of the reasons. So I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, so quite. My brother's a group captain in the Air Force, so I'm quite proud of him. He's done quite well for himself. Not sure what he's doing now. I think probably if I told you, I'd have to do something or something. So yeah, good on him. Right, I'm still trying to think. So we've got screws here, screw there, and I don't think they are screws. So I've got 3 screws along the front. So it looks like this one, if I'm going to do a proper job, I'm going to have to dismantle all the keys, give them a good clean. I haven't done that on the MO6 because it's quite yellowed, and because of all the all the lettering on the keycaps, I guess I'll probably lose it. Alright, so that's those 3 done. There's actually just spotted one more there. Okay, there's that one. I quite like these. I'm surprised there's not more videos about them. Well, in English, I guess, because they are quite neat machines. Well, I think they are. Alright, that's still... So, okay, so I'm guessing there's some sort of clips there. Okay, there's another screw there. Basically, just undo all the screws, Brett. Oh, this one was made in Korea. Okay, not made in France. Okay, what is this screw on the side? A small screw on the side, of course, different lengths. Great. Different lengths of everything. Okay, screw on the side is undone. Those screws are undone. I think I might have to tip it over and okay, no screws have come out. Okay, keyboard's attached to the top side. Oh, that's right. There is these little hooks in the back, so I guess it kind of levers out. Okay, that screw's come out. That screw's come out. There we go. Good old thin film keyboard connectors. Alright, let me figure out, lift them up so I can disconnect them. Not causing too much damage, I hope. Okay, that one's out. That one's out. There we go. Okay, we've got a cable there, and that's it. Alright, so just a little cable here for the for power and disk access, and then obviously the keyboard there. So I'll be able to pull all this apart, I guess, and give it a good scrub. Cream cleanser, that should come up quite nicely. I have to pull all the keys out, give them all individual clean. So okay, they'll be off for a clean. So I think I've got pretty much every machine except for the TO9. The T09 I think is going to be, it's got a separate main unit and a keyboard. That might be a bit expensive to get to Australia. Right, so floppy drive obviously, power supply there. So power supply is connected in like that. So again, like the other machines, it's quite nicely made. Looks like, I guess they're the ROMs. They're the ROMs there. I guess that's the RAM up the back there, 256K. We'll have a close look, shall we? Okay, I'll put the glasses on, all fogged up. So that's EF6821. So okay, that'll be an interface chip. Not sure what that one is off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. What's that? EF6804. I guess one of them's going to be the graphics chip. I think it uses its own graphics chip, doesn't it? Or there's also gate arrays or something. So they're the ROMs, I guess. That's so there we go. That's the 6809E. So that means I think it's got an external crystal or something. So that's the main CPU there. Quite nice board, just a bit dusty. So I guess that's the RAM up there. Pardon for my fingernail. So 41256. So I guess we've got 8 of them. So I guess they're what, 256K by 1 bit. Yeah, so floppy drive there. I'll get that out in a minute. So from what I understand is most software came on tape. There wasn't so much floppy software. So yeah, it's an interesting, I guess, heat sink. Power supply pretty standard, I guess. So again, shall I change the plug or just change the cable? I think I might actually change the cable in this case. So I might do that. Change it over to an Aussie cable. Nice big beefy. So there we go. Pretty standard. Actually, I don't know what that was. Was that supposed to be a rectifier or something? Oh, maybe looks like, no, what is it? Don't know. I was thinking 4 pins, it might be a rectifier, bridge rectifier. Because normally they have these gate arrays, that kind of package as well. Maybe. Let's get the floppy drive out, shall we? Okay. There's a power. Okay. Nicely routed. I've not seen any mention of Gotek, replacing these with Gotek, but I think Daniel who runs the DC Moto site, which is an excellent resource for all things Thomson. I think his SD drive pretty much does all of that. So I've got the boards for him. What have I got? So I've got the boards. So I think this is an expansion, a mini expansion, so you can plug in a couple more. Because the problem is they use 19 pin, which are hard to get. Oh, yeah, so we've got the SD drive. The problem I have at the moment is I don't have a PLC C32 adapter to burn the EEPROM. But yeah, so logic on that side, and then just the little, which I actually do have. I've got some of those somewhere. Anyway, so yes, I don't know if anyone's really bothered with Gotek on these machines. Alright, so that's that done. There's no screw there. Should there be a screw there? That means someone's been in this. Am I going to break the stand off by doing this? Requires a bit of torque. Okay. It's quite a long one. Okay, and on the same, okay, no, it just looks like it just lifts up. let me do this. I can't see what I'm doing, so... Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Very good. 1988, is that that year? Sony. Well, it's a Sony board, so I assume it's a Sony drive. Very good. So there's the rest. So we've got another interface chip there. Let's have a close up. So we've got the... which one's that one? Is that the graphics chip? THM FC1, or is that just the gate array equivalent? Can't remember at the top. Oh no, I think that's the graphics chip there. I think EF96, 9369. That's the graphics chip there. Yeah. Okay. So graphics chip, CPU, EPROMs. Not sure. Interface, maybe gate array. Well, so actually there should be a floppy controller. But if they've got a gate array, I guess they'd have the floppy controller. Oh no, FC. So maybe that is the floppy controller actually. Yeah, Thomson floppy controller. Right. Well, there we go. It's all pulled apart. Pull this out and replace the cable. So that's what I was worried about. So I just need to remove the transformer to get the power supply out, and it's broken the standoff. That's fine, I can just glue it back in. There's another screw there and I think it'll come out. Okay, so now I guess it's just levering it out. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm assuming there's probably some X2. That might be the X2 protection capacitor. Oh, okay. Yep. So this is a heat sink for something. Wow. I wonder if it's worth. Be a bit difficult. I'm just wondering worth trying to get this off and just refreshing the thermal paste on it. But yeah, so I'll just chop this off and then I'll get an Aussie cable. Put an Aussie cable on. There's the fuse and yeah, re-glue that on. Okay, I have swapped the power cable over. So I just swapped the whole thing, replaced the Euro cable with an Aussie cable, straight to the switch, nice and convenient. I've re-glued that standoff that broke. So I'm not gonna, so I want to kind of clean this up a bit more anyway, so I'll just put it back together a little bit, pull those up for the keyboard connectors and see if it works. So I don't have any so I do have software on tape that I loaded on my TO7 yesterday, the Audi Baby kids program or whatever it is. So I'm thinking I might try and load that onto here and then see if I can format a disk and copy it onto the disk, save it onto disk. Maybe that's something of interest perhaps. So I'll set everything up. I'm going to get my Sony hard drive recorder again so I can connect up the SCART and give it a go. Okay, let's turn her on. Okay, looks cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B, C, E. Okay, so yeah, so we've got so we've got basic 512. Not basic 128, okay, because we've got 256K. So basic 512, Microsoft 1.1, the basic Microsoft 1.0, which is the basic for all the machines. Preferences, something about a program, I guess load a program. And exploit the fishes. Okay, wonder what that one does. Ah, good question, does the keyboard actually work? We go into basic. Good question. Keyboard maybe doesn't work at all. No, well, caps lock is getting a little red LED. Okay, so caps lock down the corner here. Reset. Oh, he just did something. Error 7. Oh, wow, okay. Disk virtual. Okay. Oh, virtual disk, error 71. I might need to give the keyboard membrane a bit of a clean perhaps. So I had to really press. So let's reset again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and we've got BCE. So I think, what did I type there? I think E, was it? So it does look like a disc on the side there. Does anything else do anything? No. Okay, reset again. Okay, what about B? No. Okay, what about these number pad? So the only thing that does anything at the moment is E. Which looks like we go into some sort of RAM disk or some sort of, obviously I'll do the translation. So I might need to give the machine a bit of a clean. It does boot at least. So the only thing that does anything is E. Okay. Alright, E, that's it. So it does look like when I do E, it's trying to do something on the floppy. So let's reset again. So maybe load program or something. So like auto boot, maybe that's what that 4 is, the E is. Can't go into basic. Okay, so I might, anyway, I need to give this whole, I want to strip everything, give it a good scrub, give all the keys a good clean. It does boot at least. I was going to try and load something from tape. So the other thing I might do is add a 12 volt output from the power supply. If I can, let's turn this off. Oh, okay. Well, interesting. I just noticed there before I turned it off that the date had been set to 0000. So let me just connect the keyboard cables. Keyboard cables do look okay. Stop recording. Nothing. I zoom in. Nothing obviously wrong there, but maybe when I pull the matrix out. Oops, sorry. Pull the matrix out, maybe. Alright, anyway, alright, I'll strip all this anyway, give it all a good clean. See if that helps. Yeah, okay, so we do have 12 volts here. Just looking down here. I've moved the camera. Hang on. So yeah, looks like we've got 12 volts for probably for the floppy. So I've got 12 volts there. And plus 5 volts and ground. So I might add in a little 12 volt socket somewhere. right next to the transformer perhaps. And then I can power my cassette recorder. Okay, well, hopefully that was of some interest. Bye for now.